What's up, fam? It's your boy, Reese Boy. Oh my god, look how fat my arms are. They're so fat. Okay. Anyways, guys. So today we're not doing a mukbang. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't eating nothing. So I did day 2 of my shot. I took it today, and guys, I lost 5 pounds. I don't even know how I lost 5 pounds, but like the shit works. I'm gonna start showing you guys it soon. Let me get to where I want to get, and then I'll start showing you guys. I know I should be like completely 100 with you guys and show you like where I started from, but I'll be able to just show you guys that because I'm writing it down in a book, so I do have it in a book. But I wanted to do a story time for you guys today. For all the newcomers that are here on my channel, guys, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself because I don't think I've done a story time about myself in a while actually on my channel. So buckle up and let's start. Let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. Okay, so I was born in the end of the 80s, early 90s, baby. I was born 1989, okay, in Burke, Virginia. I don't even think it's right, Burke, Virginia. I think it's called something else. But anyways, and I was born to a single mother who already had I want to say my older brother's like 5 years older than me. So I think he was like 5. And she had him when she was 17. I was a secret baby. No one even knew that I exist on that side of family, right? So she gave me basically what they used to do back in the 80s is, so when a woman would come in and say that she wants to like get rid of the child, she don't want to do abortion, she wants to just do adoption. In the 80s, what they would do is they would send a letter to the father, but they didn't wait for the father to say, yes, okay, I'm going to give up my parental like rights to this baby. They would just send it. And if the father was incarcerated, then the father would never get it because the agency didn't care to wait that long enough. So anyways, my birth father was in jail for a drug charge. And it wasn't a bad one. It was like weed. Back then it was like a big deal. It was like a long, like 15 years or whatever. I don't even know how long he did. But anyways, I just know he said he was in jail. And they never told him that I exist. But in his heart, he knew I exist. So anyway, so then she gave up her rights to me, didn't even hold me, she named me, but she didn't even hold me. So my birth name before I got this name was Rashad Omel. And so it sounds like I'm some type of Iraqi person. That's what my name sounds like for a black person. It don't sound like a black person's name. Because we always get like Devontae or Eric or Robert or whatever. There's all these different black names. Not trying to be racist, but it's true. So anyways, so then I was in foster care with this really rich family, and I had 3 sisters that if they would have adopted me. And then I came to this family and I was raised by this family. And then so that's really my adoption story. So then cut to I was 18. It was my last year of school. No, I started looking before that when I found out that I was adopted because one of these stupid little white kids in my Sunday school class was like, how come your mother's this color and you're that color? And I was like, she is my mom. And then when I came home, she told me and my little brother, because he was adopted too, but different mothers, that she told us that we were adopted. And my little brother was like, well, you're my real mommy, and hugged her. And I wish I would have went that way and just said that, but no, my little messed up brain didn't let me say that. I started dreaming that my mother was Halle Berry, Oprah Winfrey. There were so many different people that I thought my mother was. Monique. Like there were so many different things of like TV mothers. Like I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a long lost story and I'm gonna come into millions. Whatever. Bull crap. That didn't happen. So in my little messed up juvenile brain, because they didn't tell me until I was like 5. So anyways, so I always wanted to know who she was. Where did I come from? Blah, 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 blah. Do I have any siblings? Like, whatever. Being greedy, basically, and not being thankful for what God gave me. So anyways, so my mom and me started digging. But with the state, you weren't allowed to find out who your birth parent was until you're 18, unless they do an open adoption. Some people do closed adoptions. Some people do open adoptions. Like my brother, his adoption was closed. That woman don't want to be found. So, he's fine with that. Mine, she wanted to be found one day. So anyways, I couldn't technically go see her until I was 18 because that's how the agency worked, Bethany Services. So anyways, I think they're closed now. They might still be open. But anyways, so, excuse me. So it was my senior year of high school. We moved to Florida before that. So I remember we were going to go on my spring break. So it was it was March of 2008. We drove all the way to South Carolina because that's where she lived. And it was like a 6-hour drive from Orlando, Florida. And we drove there. We knocked on the door. Me and my adopted mother, who's my real mother, we went and knocked on the door. We went, knock, knock. And then this person who looked like he was just getting high because his eyes were like red shock opens the door and says, yeah, can I help you? And my mom was like, well, we want to tell you that this might be your brother. And he was like, wait, come again? Like, he's like, wait, what? And then he was like, he gets on the phone and he's like calling his aunt and saying, hey, there's someone here that says that they're my brother. And she's like, I'll be right there. And then like they shut the door and it was like a scene out of the movie. Like, I'm dead ass serious. It was just like a scene out of the movie. Like, she drives up and she's like, can I help you? And then we're standing there and she's like, I knew nothing about this baby. Like, I guess I'm your aunt Tanya or whatever she said. My name is Tanya. And then she's like, this is, I forget his name. It starts with an R. It's been so long. So I met him. Then I met my 2 younger brothers, who the youngest one looks like me when I was that age, 12. And then the other one looks like a thug too. He looked like he do stuff or whatever because he was wearing a bald cap and he was like pants sagging and he was coming from his baby mama's house and whatever. And he wanted to meet me. And then my dad and my other brother came out of the car, who, you know, we shared the last name. They came out of the car. Then they tried to call my birth mom. They're like, yo, Regina, like, there's someone here who says that you're his mother. And he's like, I ain't got no more kids. I just had 3 boys and da-da-da-da. And then she was like, whatever. They said she was drinking or something and was totally wasted. So anyways, so we stayed, we talked to everyone and everything. I got to meet Dominic, who's my cousin. Shout out to you. I don't know if she watches my channel. I got to meet my little cousin. I got to meet this other lady that was like my birth mom's best friend, who looked like Keisha Cole's mother, like legit looked like Keisha Cole's mother, who has died. And it was really cool, guys, but I was like still nervous because I wanted to meet her. So we left. We left on a Friday and we had to be back by Sunday because my dad had to go to work that Monday. So we couldn't take any more time. So we were like, listen, we're going to be checking out of our hotel Sunday morning. So we only have like a little bit of time. So tell her, like, you know, so my mom took down my brother took down my mom's number and said, I will call you, you know, whatever, when we can find her. So anyways, we go to the hotel. We try to find somewhere to eat. We go to some type of like buffet that we could find, eat. I'm like still just very quiet. Like, this is like for real. Like, I'm like, damn, this is like crazy. And then we leave, we go to the hotel, we check in, we're in the room, we're chilling, whatever. And then like we go to sleep, we hear nothing. Then the next morning, like right before we check out, like 8 o'clock in the morning, they're like, we found Regina. She says to come by. So we're like, okay. So we get in the van. We drive over there, and let me show you guys the picture of when I meet her the first time. Let me show you guys the picture, okay? Hold on, give me a minute. Let me show you guys the picture, because people are always like, you need to show things to people. So let me show you guys the picture of when I first meet her. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so you can see, I'm going to show you my picture, and then when I first meet her, where is it? When I first meet her, it's right there. You guys can see it. That's her and me right there. She's crying. Right there. She's crying. And then this is all of us right here. It's a little dark. I'm sorry. And then here's all of us with my dad, my little brother, and her. And then here's my 2 moms right there. I don't know if you guys can see that really good. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can turn on the light. Give me a minute. I don't know. I'll show you guys later. I'll do maybe a part 2 to it so you guys can see it better. But anyways, so that was when I first met her. And she cried and she hugged me and she was like, oh my God, like I prayed for this day and all this other stuff that she was saying. And then in my head, I'm like, I don't believe you. Like, how did you pray for this day? But then when I first showed up, you kind of like denied me. I'm like, I don't believe you, you know, like, okay, whatever. So anyways, so we had to leave because we were going, you know, my dad had to go to work that Monday. So we left right after we met her. I gave her my phone number. We gave her my address. I said, hey, I'm graduating in a month. You're welcome to come if you want to come. And so she's like, yeah. I'll come to your graduation. So I gave her a hug goodbye. She followed me like on all my social, not social. She followed me because at that time in 2007, 2008, I think Instagram I don't know if Instagram just started or what, but I know I followed her on Facebook. I know definitely I had her on Facebook. And then she followed me on Facebook. Then we left. And we came home, and it was so funny because the song that was playing on the radio was a Whitney Houston song. And I think it was That Children Are Our Future. I think that's the song that was playing. So I'm like, is God trying to tell me something? So anyways, we come home, we talk about it, and then my dad goes to work Monday. Then cut all the way to May, when I graduate, they were supposed to come, right? So I graduated on May 27th, 2008. My mom was like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to prom? Do you want a yearbook, or do you want a ring? Which one do you want? And I was like, well, I don't really wear jewelry like that, so I probably would lose my class ring. So I'm like, let's just do a party. And then I was going to go to homecoming, but I broke up with Feliciana. Shout out to you, Feliciana. We broke up a week before prom. So I was like, who am I going to go with? And you were allowed to bring one person over the age of 21 to come to your prom. And I'm like, I don't want to be that kid that couldn't get a date or something like that. And believe me, I had other people I could have brought. I could have brought my ex-girlfriend, Alex, if I wanted to. Or I could have went with Zule. I told you guys that story about Zule. But I just said, forget it. So we did house parties. We had one Sunday night, we had one Monday night, and we had one Tuesday night, the night after graduation. So Sunday night, I went to church, and I wanted my best friend Jeff to come because he was my best friend. But he was grounded because of his grades, so his parents said no. So I was like, okay, fine. So then my best friend Simone came. Shout out to Simone. She came to that one Sunday. A bunch of my other friends couldn't come because they were at the youth group. And then Monday, everyone went to school. Monday night, we had another party. My family came because my birth mom was supposed to come Sunday night, but then she ended up not coming until Monday night. So we had 3 parties back to back. So Monday night was for just the immediate family. Or not Monday night. Sunday night was for the immediate family and whoever could make it. And then Tuesday night or Monday night was for her. So my sisters flew in from Ohio to surprise me. And they told me first they couldn't come, but they surprised me. And then they were there, and then my aunt and uncle came over. My grandparents were there. I think that's it. My 2 older brothers didn't even care. They didn't even come. They didn't care. And then I remember she showed up, and I will never forget, we were walking, so our neighborhood was like brand new, brand spanking new, right? Because it was just finished March of 2007. So our neighborhood was still brand new. So we were like, well, what can we go do? Because the house was like, there was really nothing to do. So we're like, let's walk to the basketball court and go throw the basketball around and whatever. So we all walked in like different groups. And my sister was like, go walk with your birth mom. And I'm like, she's not my mom. And then like she heard that, and I felt so bad saying that crap, but really she wasn't. And she was smoking. So she walked with my adopted mother, and I walked up there with my cousins and whatever. And they were like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel weird. Like this feels weird. So we walked all the way over there, played basketball, whatever. Our family was very athletic. So we played basketball for a few hours, and then we walked back. And then she had to leave. Or no, so we came back. They spent the night at a hotel. They got a motel close to where I was graduating. We go to graduation morning. I get dressed. We pick up my best friend Simone. No. She was already going to be there. So we all jam in the van. We go. My brother didn't want to go because we weren't talking another time. We weren't cool. He didn't want to be there. My cousins didn't get to come because my uncle didn't want them to skip school. But my Aunt Jack drove my grandma and my grandpa in one car, and then and my Aunt Cheryl came. And so we went to the graduation. They came, they walked me walk across. They didn't even stay to say congratulations. They got back on the road right after they watched me walk across the stage. And we were going to dinner right afterwards. And I was so hurt by that because I was like, I didn't even get to say goodbye or whatever. And we took pictures before in my cap and gown and everything. And I didn't even get to say goodbye. And I was kind of hurt because I was like, wow, y'all don't even want to stay to say goodbye to me. To this day, I've still not seen them. That was almost 12 years ago. Like, I'm pissed off. But I love you guys, and I'll do a part 2 later. Bye-bye. Love you.